Okay. So, as usual, lay down on the mat. Knees bent if you have any tension on the lower spine. Or if you want to, you can use the bolster now under the knees. Roll the arms outwards, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, and pull the back of your head away from the shoulders. Close your eyes. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tension. One more time. Relax your forehead, eyebrows, and the skin between the eyebrows. Relax your eyes, and then sink deeper into the skull. Relax the skin of your face, unclench your jaw, and let your lips open slightly. Relax your throat, your neck and shoulders, arms, forearms and hands. Relax your back, the muscles of your back, and your spine. Vertebra per vertebra. Relax your belly and the whole abdominal area. Allow your belly to move freely. Relax your hips, your groins, relax your legs, knees, ankles and feet. Bring your attention onto your breathing cycle and observe every aspect of your breathing cycle. Which part of your body moves the most? Chest or belly? If both moves, which one moves first? Observe without changing anything. Observe simply to know yourself. Observe the length of your breathing cycle. Inhalation and exhalation have the same length, or one of them is naturally longer. Observe the small pauses between inhalation and exhalation, and between exhalation and inhalation. The small moments where everything stops, even your breath. Become aware of the 4 phases of your breathing cycle. Inhalation, pause, exhalation, pause. And even there, observe. Is one of the 2 pauses longer? Observe also that your throat remains relaxed and open, even during the pauses. Three more observing breaths. At the end of the third, take control and create a long, slow, and steady breath. Observe your lungs filling up slowly and get empty slowly. And breathe deeper and deeper. Expanding more and more your belly and your chest. Allow the belly to move. Allow the chest to expand. Keep a long, slow, and steady breath. Imagine that with every inhalation, you recharge your body. And with every exhalation, you get rid of all tensions, both physical and mental ones. With every inhalation, you feel recharged. With every exhalation, you feel released, relaxed, free. Keep your face soft, your throat soft, and your belly soft. Keep a constant breath from the beginning till the end. And observe your body expanding with every inhalation. Observe the rib cage moving toward each other with every exhalation. Long, slow, and steady breath. Keep your breath deep but easy. Allow your body to move with every inhalation and exhalation. Visualize the air as a light entering your body with an inhalation, recharging your body and mind. And bringing out all tensions with the exhalation. With every inhalation, you feel recharged, resourced. With every exhalation, you feel relaxed, free. Just for 3 breaths now. At the end of the inhalation, hold the breath just for a few seconds. And use this small pause to create a small moment of peace. Find peace in that small moment. Exhale completely, empty your lungs, and do exactly the same. Hold the breath and find your peace in this very moment. Allow your body to relax deeper and deeper during the pauses. You're not moving. Not even your breath, not even your belly, your diaphragm, your chest. So use those moments of peace to relax deeper and deeper. At the end of the third breath, go back to normal breath, not controlled. And observe your breath becoming lighter and lighter, more and more silent, keeping the body completely relaxed. Now, bend your knees and bring your feet quite close to the buttocks. Roll the arms outward, but move the arms in line with the shoulders to open the arms to the side. Inhale deeply, and with the exhalation, move the lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. With the inhalation, release. And with the exhalation again, move lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. You can use your feet to help you move the lumbar spine toward the ground. And when you push your neck toward the ground, just keep on doing, following your own pace. When you move your neck toward the ground, imagine that you are doing a sort of double chin. Keep your throat completely relaxed. The muscles around the neck, apart from the back ones, are completely relaxed. It's just your neck, the back of the neck, to the least movement. With every exhalation, lumbar spine and neck toward the ground. With every inhalation, release. One more time. Okay. Now, bring your arms to your back. Well, actually, straighten your arms and with the arms next to the head. Okay. Doesn't have a word today. Doesn't matter. Okay, now keep the arms completely straight. Inhale. And with the exhalation, push with the feet against the ground, tuck your tailbone under and lift your hips. 3 breaths. Don't push too high. The shoulder blades are still on the ground. And at the end of the third, really slowly, come back down. Inhale. And with the exhalation again, push with the feet against the ground, tuck your tailbone under, lift your hips, relax your neck, relax your face. And back, come back down. Inhale. With the exhalation, push with the feet against the ground, lift your hips, tuck your tailbone under, lift a little bit more the hips. And now, lift also your arms, pointing up to the sky. The 2 arms and the 2 hands are facing each other, parallel. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, really slowly lower your hips. And now, lift your tibias. Keep the 2 knees together and keep the tibias parallel to the ground. Okay. Inhale. With the exhalation, lift your head, your shoulders, and your shoulder blades too. Lower your arms to have it parallel to the ground too. Look at your knees, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lower your feet. Stay there. Just the feet down. And now lower your shoulders, arms, and head. Inhale. With exhalation, lift your head, shoulders, and arms. Keep the arms parallel to the ground, quite low. Lift your tibias again. Inhale. And with exhalation, straighten your straighten your legs up to the sky. Inhale. With exhalation, lower your legs at 45 degrees. Inhale. With exhalation, bend your knees and put your feet down. Inhale. And lower your shoulders, arms, and head. Inhale. With exhalation again, lift your head, shoulders, and arms. Inhale. With exhalation, tibias parallel to the ground. Inhale. With exhalation, straighten your legs up. Inhale. With exhalation, 45 degrees. Inhale. With exhalation, lower your legs as much as you can without touching the ground. Inhale. With exhalation, bring your knees to the chest. Grab your legs with the arms and lower your head and shoulders. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, grab your legs under the knees and start pushing your feet toward the front of the mat, and allow this movement to bring your torso up. More, push a little bit more. Yeah, there, you're there. Use your abdominal muscles too, just not only your the movement, but just the abdominal muscles. Okay, now keep the tibias parallel to the ground, keep the arms parallel to the ground. 3 breaths. Okay, now bring the knees, still keeping the balance, bring the knees closer to the chest and grab the outer side of your feet. You have to move really slowly to keep the control from the beginning till the end. Now, really slowly then, start straightening your legs. And when you reach your maximum, whichever it is, it can be also that. Whenever it is, straighten your legs, straighten your torso, shoulder blades down. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, bend your knees, cross your legs, and sit in a cross-legged position. Hands over the knees, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, and create circles with your lumbar spine, both on one side and on the other side. Okay, now turn to the right. Put your left hand outside of your right knee. Put your right hand aligned with the coccyx, but a little bit back. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, and twist. Use the 2 hands to go a little bit deeper into the twist. 3 breaths. With every inhalation, lift the sternum, shoulder blades down. With every exhalation, twist deeper. At the end of the third, come back to center. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Turn to the left. Put your right hand outside of your left knee. Put your left hand aligned with the coccyx, but a little bit back. Leave the sternum, shoulder blades down, belly in, and twist. With every inhalation, leave the sternum, shoulder blades down. With every exhalation, go deeper into the twist. And at the end of the third breath, come back to center. Create circles with your lumbar spine again. Now let's stretch a little bit the side of our body. So sit on the back of the mat over your heels. Knees wide. Roll your hips forward. Put your hands down on the ground and walk forward with your arms, with your hands, keeping the shoulder blades toward the waist. So keep the shoulders wide and away from the ears. Allow the head to move down toward the ground. Allow the chest to move down toward the ground as much as you can. Keep the arms active. And well into the shoulder socket. From there, walk to the right with your hands. Keep the chest in between your legs. Okay. But still keeping the chest in between your legs, keep on moving the arms to the right in order to stretch even deeper the left side of your torso. Once that you reach your maximum, stop the movement of the left hand, but bring the right hand closer to the right knee and push against the ground to stretch even more the left side of your torso from the armpit to the hips. 3 breaths. And breathe deeper and deeper on your chest. Use also your breath to stretch your muscles. At the end of the third breath, come back to center. Keep the torso as low as you can. And now walk to the left with both arms. Keep the chest really low and in between your legs. Keep on walking with your arms to the left in order to stretch deeper and deeper the right side of your torso. Once that you reach your maximum, stop the movement of the right hand. Bring the left hand closer to the left knee and push against the ground to move the torso to the right and stretch deeper and deeper from the right armpit to the right hip. Breathe deeper on your chest in order to stretch the muscles between your ribcage. And really slowly come back to the center. Walk back with your hands. Keep the hands quite close to the knees. Inhale. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward. Round your spine as much as you can. And look at your belly. Inhale. Roll your hips forward, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, push with the hands against the ground and look up. Arch your spine to your maximum. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look at your belly. Inhale, look up. Okay, now tabletop position. Bring the two knees together, right under the hips. Inhale. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward, round your spine. Lift your right knee and touch with the right knee your forehead. Or at least this is the direction as usual. Inhale, straighten your leg behind you and roll the legs slightly inwards to keep the hips parallel to the ground. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your legs. Keep the leg straight behind you. Lean on your right hand and lift your left arm. Palm of the left hand facing right. Look in front of you. Move the shoulders away from the ears. 3 breaths. Keep the legs active till the tip of your toes. Yes. And now, back in tabletop position. Inhale. With the exhalation, roll your hips backward. Lift your left knee and bring the left knee to the forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg behind you and roll the leg inward to keep the hips squared. Exhale, knee to forehead. Inhale, straighten your leg. 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 Keep the leg straight behind you. Lean on the left arm. Lift the right arm. Palm of the right hand facing left. Shoulders away from the ears. Look in front of you. 3 breaths. Keep the left leg active till the very tip of your toes. And back in tabletop position. Create circles with your hips and lumbar spine. Observe that if you worked well, you're going to feel a bit of tension on the lumbar spine since you used those muscles. Turn also on the other side. Okay, now keep the elbows down on the ground, right under the shoulders, and interlace your hands. Okay, now tuck your toes under. Keep the feet as wide as the hips. Inhale. And with the exhalation, push with the elbows against the ground. Lift your buttocks and push the chest toward the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the third, move the knees down. Now, bring the 2 elbows a little bit closer. So they're going to be a little bit closer than the shoulders. And walk gently forward with your knees, just a few centimeters, not too much. Tuck your toes under. Inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push with the elbows against the ground. Lift the buttocks. Push the chest over the toes. Then look at your elbows. 3 breaths. And at the end of the third, down again. Inhale. Looking at your elbows, inhale. And with the exhalation, push with the elbows against the ground, lift your buttocks, and push the chest over the toes, still looking at your elbows. 3 breaths. And down. Now, put your forearms down on the ground and keep the forearm parallel. Elbows as wide as the shoulders. Inhale. And just like we did before, with the exhalation, push with the elbows against the ground, lift your buttocks, and push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, go down. Look at your hands now. And keep looking at your hands also when you enter the other position. So inhale deeply. With the exhalation, push with the elbows against the ground, lift your buttocks, look at your hands, but push the chest over the toes. 3 breaths. And down. Tabletop position, normal tabletop position. Roll the arms outward, slide the shoulder blades toward the waist. Go gently back with your knees and put your feet as wide as the mat. Now, try and recreate the same feeling that you had in the last position. So this activation of the muscles around the shoulder blades and the shoulders. Tuck your toes under, inhale deeply. Look at your hands. With the exhalation, push with the hands against the ground, lift your buttocks, look at your hands, straighten your legs, and push the chest over the toes. Still looking at your hands. Roll the arms outward, 3 breaths. Push the chest more toward the legs, more. You're in Adho Mukha Svanasana. And down. Sit on your heels. Relax your arms, relax your hands. Close your eyes. And keeping your eyes closed, create small circles with your head. Look on one side. And on the other side. Okay, now we're going to do again Adho Mukha Svanasana. Still looking at your hands, but remember that you need to push the chest over the toes. So if the tension on your neck is a little bit too much, maybe look a little bit down in between your hands and right under your head. So just moving the head in this position help you lift the sternum up. It's just that. Quite linked. If you have a good control of your body, you can look at your hands, find the really open position, and then you can move the head without losing this openness of the chest. I'm going to show you. So we enter, as usual, Adho Mukha Svanasana, but looking at your hands. When you are in this position, you can lower your head, but without moving this, moving of the sternum toward the shoulders. So the idea is not to change the shape of your shoulders and spine, but you can move small parts of your body separately. So in that way, you can still keep this open chest, but without stressing the neck. Okay? So let's try it. Hands right under the shoulders. Roll the arms outwards, slide the shoulder blades over the waist, tuck the toes under. Inhale deeply and looking at your hands, buttocks back and shoulders down. Find this feeling on your chest, straighten your legs, and then release the tension on the neck. Keep the chest toward the toes as much as you can. Now walk back with your hands. Put your hands on the waist. And lift your torso parallel to the ground. Once that you have your torso parallel to the ground, interlace your hands behind your sacrum and straighten your arms. Push the hands back. 3 breaths. Without bending your knees, really slowly, lift your torso. Belly in, tuck your tailbone under. Lift your pubis. Move the hands down as much as you can. And breathe deeply on your chest. Now, roll your hips forward, move the chest parallel to the ground. Stop there for 1 breath. And then keep on rolling the hips forward. When you've reached your maximum, allow your arms to relax. Lean on the front of the feet. So keep the weight on the ball of the feet. Relax completely your arms, shoulders, neck. Now, if you need to, you can bend your knees, put your hands down on the ground, walk forward with your hands to enter a plank pose. Push your heels back, belly in, sternum lifted. Look, I would say 30 centimeters in front of your mat. Okay, good. And now, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. With the exhalation, plank. Inhale. With the exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. With the exhalation, plank. Inhale. With the exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Walk forward with your feet to enter Uttanasana. Big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Keep the weight of your body on the ball of the feet, legs straight and active. Keep the legs, keep the thighs active. Now, bend both knees. Put your hands down on the ground. And do a big step back with your left leg. Keep the chest and leg in contact, right leg in contact. And check to have the right knee right above the heel, in case you can slide back with your left feet. Lower your hips a little bit more. Okay, now, yes, exactly, that is good. Now, look forward. And observe that when you look forward, you allow the hips to move down and your sternum to move up. Keep the left heel back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, walk forward with your left feet. Enter Uttanasana again. Bend your knees, put your hands down on the ground, and do a big step back with your right leg. Same thing, bend your left leg, keep the hips quite low. Check the alignment of the left knee, push the right heel back, and look in front of you. So lift the sternum and move the hips down. 3 breaths. Keep the right leg active. At the end of the 3rd breath, walk forward with your right feet and enter Uttanasana again. Now, bend your knees again. Put your hands down on the ground. Walk back with your left feet, roughly 1 meter from the 2 feet. And straighten your legs. Keep the legs active. Keeping the legs active will give you the stability and force that you will need to be stable. So, in order to check that, lift your torso parallel to the ground and put your hands on the waist. Keep the legs really active and push the big toes down. Keep the sternum lifted, look in front of you. Now, roll your hips forward, put your hands down on the ground, bend your right feet, and put your left feet in contact with your right one for Uttanasana, with the 2 legs together. Okay. Good. Keep the weight of your body on the ball of the feet. Bend both knees and step back with your right feet, roughly 1 meter between the 2 feet. 2 feet pointing forward. Keep the 2 legs active. In order to keep your legs active, you can imagine to bend your knees and at the same time straighten your knees. So you will activate both the front and the back of your legs. Now, lift your torso. Keep the torso parallel to the ground. Put your hands on the waist. Keep the legs active. 3 breaths. Push your big toes down. And at the end of the 3rd, roll your hips forward, put your hands down on the ground, and enter Uttanasana with the 2 feet together again. Keep the weight of your body on the ball of the feet. Bend your knees again. Big step back with your left leg. A little bit less than the first one, but more compared to the last one. Now, look in front of you. Put your hands over the right knee. Keep the right knee aligned. And lift your torso. Tuck the tailbone under. Push the left heel back. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Roll the arms outward and push the thumbs back. Three breaths. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. At the end of the third breath, bring your chest over the knees. Put your hands down on the ground. Walk forward with your left feet and Uttanasana with the 2 feet together again. Keep the feet together. Now bend your knees again. Step back with your right leg. Bend your left leg. Find the alignment of the knee. Put your look in front of you. Put your hands over the knees and lift your torso. From there, start working on your hips and belly. So tilt your hips backward, belly in. Push your right heel back. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Roll your arms outward. 3 breaths. Keep the belly in. At the end of the third, allow the chest to move toward the leg. Put your hands down on the ground. Uttanasana, again, 2 feet together. Big toes touching. Keep the weight of your body on the ball of the feet. Keep the legs active. And relax completely your arms, your shoulders, your back, your neck, your belly. 3 breaths. At the end of the third breath, bend both knees, put your hands down on the ground, and walk back with your hands to enter plank pose with the 2 feet together. Okay, now look 30 centimeters in front of your mat, belly in, inhale deeply, and with the exhalation, turn to the right. Push with the hands against the ground and lift the left arm. Push the hip more. Push the hip up, up, up. More, the hip. Focus on the hip. If the hip is going down, then it's super hard to feel to stay there. Well, keep it up and you will need less force. Plank again and turn to the other side. Focus on the hip. So move the hip up. This is the secret. No secret, but this is a secret. You need to lift the hip. If you don't lift the hip, it will be too hard. You will need a lot of force. Well, if you keep the hip up, then all the bone structure will help you to keep the position. Belly in. Okay. Plank pose again. Walk back with your hands. Put your hands on the waist and come up. Okay. Step forward with your right leg. Bend your right leg. Keep the right knee aligned with the hip, with the heel, and twist your torso to the right. Put your left hand side of your right knee. Roll the right arm outward and push the thumb to the left. Look behind you, 3 breaths. Push the left heel back. Belly in, shoulders down. And come back to center. Now, still with your right leg bent, I want you to roll the left leg outward And find again the alignment of the hip and the knee. Straighten your arms out. Belly in. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Look at your right hand. 3 breaths for Virabhadrasana 2. From Virabhadrasana 2, straighten your right leg. Move the 2 arms to the right. Keep the arms parallel to the ground. And prepare for Trikonasana. So move the left shoulder to the right and allow the right arm to move inside your right leg. Push with the right arm against the leg to twist your torso up. Lift the left leg, arm up to the sky. Stay there. Really slowly. Lift your torso. Roll your left leg inward again. And enter Tadasana. Okay. Yeah, I told you it's a little bit more moving than usual. Okay, now walk back with your right leg. Okay. Bend your left leg, belly in. Just stay there. Now roll your right leg outward to enter Virabhadrasana 2. Okay. Straighten your arms to the side and look at your left hand. 3 breaths. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. From there, start straightening your left leg and move to the left with both arms. Keep the arms parallel to the ground. Prepare for Trikonasana. Allow the left arm to move inside the left leg. Move the right shoulder back, twist, and lift the right arm up. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, really slowly come back up. Roll your right leg inward again. So from here, you simply roll the right leg inward. So you're going to move the hip. Okay. And enter Tadasana again. Okay. Sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Close your eyes for Tadasana. Keep the big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Tuck the tailbone under. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. And observe the small movement of your body, the natural movement of your body. Just for a few seconds. Now, open your eyes and find the Dristi. Fixed point right in front of you, a little bit higher than usual, in order to lift your chin a little bit. Now, lean on your left leg. Lift your right leg. Open the right leg to the side and put your right feet in contact with the left leg. Keep the left knee gently bent, just to be more reactive to control the natural movement of your body. Roll the arms outward and lift the arms to have it parallel to the ground. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, move the arms down, but not the leg. Keep the leg in position. Now, bring the right knee to the front. Put your left hand outside of your right leg and grab the under the knee with your left hand. Now from up front, yes, down. Okay. Now, looking in front of you. So still your dristi working. Use the left hand to move the right knee to the left. So you're kind of twisting, but still keeping the head and the feet pointing forward. Move also the right shoulder back to stretch all your belly. Now back to center and lower your leg. Still keeping your dristi. Lean on your right leg, lift the left leg, open the left leg to the side and put your left feet in contact with the right leg. Keep the right leg gently bent. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down. Roll your arms outward and lift your arm parallel to the ground. 3 breaths. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. At the end of the 3rd breath, allow your arms to move down. But stay there with your leg. Not yet. Stay still there just for 2 breaths. Now, bring your left knee to the front. Move the right hand over the right knee and grab under the knee from the outside. Keeping this grip and keeping your dristi, move the left knee to the right. And to go deeper into this twist, push your left shoulder back. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, come back to center. And enter Tadasana again. Find your position, your stable position, your known position. Feet toes touching, heels slightly apart. Belly in, sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, arms relaxed. Pull the back of your head away from the shoulders to lengthen your whole spine. Now, move your feet roughly at the same, hip width apart, roughly. Then maybe you can move to your position. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest, with the arms straight, shoulders down. Bend your knees and go all the way down. If it's too narrow, then you can move your feet apart If it's too wide, then you can move it closer. So find your best position for your feet. In case you can keep your heels away from the floor, if it's impossible for you to find this comfortable position, otherwise just keep the heel down and use your hands to find a sort of balance, a sort of stability. Okay. Now round your spine to a maximum. Close your eyes and stay there. 3 breaths, 3 deep breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, lift your heels. So lean forward and lift your heels. Okay, now lift your torso, but find a balance. Okay, now put your hands in prayer position and put your elbows right inside your knees. Okay, now still with your heels away from the floor, create a straight line with your elbows. I didn't say that it was easy. Once that you have this position, you can, but it's not needed, you can lower your heels again. Keep the sternum lifted, shoulder blades down, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, go all the way down. We're approaching Shavasana. So if you need to, you can already take everything you need. You can use the bolster now if you want to. Well, you can put it next to the mat in case. You can wear everything you need to be comfy. But now, put your back on the ground. Put your feet as wide as the mat. Put your arms straight out to the side. Now, without moving the feet, that is, the feet are still at the edge of the mat, allow the 2 knees to drop down to the right. So the feet are just tilting to the right and to the left. That's it. Turn your head to the left. Stay there. Now back to center. And allow the 2 knees to move to the right, to the left. Turn your head to the right and stay there. Back to center. Now I want you to put your right feet roughly in the middle of the mat. Your left feet outside of your mat to the left. Okay, now you tilt, but you allow the leg to go down to the right. But also I want you to grab your left feet with your with your left hand. So in case you can move your feet a little bit higher. Weird thing, I know. Turn your head to the left, 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd breath, move your right feet in contact with your left knee. Three breaths. And come back to center. So weird twist. Now put your left feet in the middle of the mat and walk the right feet to the right. Allow the 2 knees to go down and grab with your right hand your right feet. In case you can just move the feet to a more comfortable position. 3 breaths, looking at your right side. At the end of the 3rd, move your left feet in contact with your right knee. 3 breaths. At the end of the 3rd, come back to center. Now bring the 2 knees together toward the chest. Roll right and left side, just for a few seconds. And now, keeping the 2 knees together, put your hands over the knees and create circles, wide circles with your knees. Both on one side and on the other side. Now you can enter Shavasana. Take everything you need to be comfortable in Shavasana. And allow your body to relax deeper and deeper. If it's hard for you to let go and meditate, you can always focus on the passing of the air through the nostrils. Or if it's easy for you, you can also focus on your heart. Just feeling your heart beating. At the end of Shavasana, I'm going to chant the mantra. And at the end of the mantra, I'm going to guide you out of the pose. Till that moment, just relax. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Really slowly. Start moving your toes and fingers. Bring back the awareness into your body. Inhale deeply and exhale fully with your mouth. Release all tensions. One more time. Gently stretch your body. Bend your knees and roll on your right side. Stay on your right side for a brief moment before pushing with the left hand to sit up. Sit in a comfortable position for the chant of 3 Om. Keep your spine straight yet relaxed. Put your hands in Inana Mudra and Chin Mudra. Eyes closed. Inhale deeply. Put your hands in prayer position in front of the chest. Open your eyes.